Alright, my name is Danielle and I'm a senior here at Oshkosh North in the Communities program. So I want to start by telling you a little bit about my dream. And it started when I was 4 years old and I wanted to be a teacher. From 4 years old, that's all I wanted to be. And by 10 years old, I knew that I wanted to be a band director. And then by 8th grade, I wanted to go to UW Green Bay because of an experience I had there over the summer. Then communities came into the picture and completely turned my world upside down, and my world has never been the same since. So I joined for a couple reasons. One being that I'm dyslexic. And if you look at this picture, you can see that the right side of the brain is in charge of the creativity, the art, the music, and is really hands-on, while the left side of the brain is more of the analytical math and science part. This being said, normal school is really set up for the left half of the brain. And then communities came along, and it was a chance for students to work hands-on, and it really appealed to me. I wasn't doing bad in school, but it was a new experience. It was a chance to be part of something that had never been done before, and that was really cool. And it was something that I knew that I could thrive in. So I told you before that I wanted to be a teacher and go to UW Green Bay. And plans changed a little bit. Once I had the communities experience, I learned that I love public speaking. So now I will be attending UW Green Bay because it is my dream school, but I will be going for a communications major. So that is really excited, and I'm really thrilled to be starting my experience there in the fall. But communities, it was hard to pick just 3 experiences because we all know that it's been a whirlwind and that everything has prepared us in some way, shape, or form. But here's what I decided on. Mr. Lieb's big surprise, my war veteran interview, and my senior internship. I hope by the end you see why I chose these 3 and how they have helped me to thrive. So, we're sophomore year and we're sitting in class and Mr. Lieb says, "Hey, want to go to this event at UWO?" And me and Kristen actually were like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." So we're like, great. He told us it was a panel, so we were expecting, we ask questions, the panel answers them, and it was on community-based learning, so we'll get to learn more about it. I mean, this is 3 months into school? We don't really know what we're doing yet, and community is just getting started. So we get there, we get our name tags, Mr. Lieb's talking to someone, so this lady says, "Oh, your names are on the front table, go ahead and find your seat." So we're looking, walking around, and we're like, oh, these tables don't have names on them. Then we turn around and we see our names in big bold letters, and we realized we weren't going to a panel, we were the panel. So that day we sat on a panel of 10 people and it ranged from us sophomores in high school to college professors. We sat in front of about 50 professors, give or take, and not only that, but it was being videotaped to air on CAT TV around campus. Little nerve-wracking, a little caught off guard. So this event really helped me prepare for college because I know that no matter where I am in life, I'm going to be caught off guard, especially in college. The first year, I'm going to think I know what's coming up, I'm going to think I know what the professors want, and on the flip of a dime, I'm going to realize that's not what was going to happen. So it really taught me to just kind of go with the flow, and we did really well on the panel, so I know that if I'm caught off guard and I just go with it, that I can handle any experience that's thrown at me. If I could speak in front of 50 college professors my sophomore year in high school, I'm pretty sure that communities and every experience I've had in high school has definitely prepared me to speak in front of a college professor in any class that I take while I'm at UW Green Bay. And I think that it definitely prepared me to think fast and think critically, because when they asked us a question, we weren't given 10 minutes to go discuss how we felt about the question and what a good response was. So it was a think on your toes sort of deal. So at this time, I'd like to take any questions you have about Mr. Lieb's wonderful surprise sophomore year.
I didn't realize that would be so impactful.
I talked about it. What emotion did you have after this?
Well, I was completely petrified. But during the thing, actually, Kristen reminded me, the guy sitting 2 over from me and sitting next to her, he looked at us, he's like, "You guys look a little scared. They gave us chocolate. Just eat that. You'll be fine." So we ate chocolate and drank water during the presentation to help calm our nerves.
threw down water like it was going out of style. I was nervous.
But you know, after it, I felt really accomplished because we didn't have a ton of experience in community-based learning, and I don't think I felt extremely well prepared to answer questions because it was only a couple months in, but I felt like we did a really great job with the knowledge that we had of the program and what the hopes were of the program, that we could then answer really thoughtfully and clear. Is there any other questions about the panel?
I don't know if it was a question, but the comment, I do remember that experience, and you were so right. I'm glad that you captured that part of thinking on your toes. I remember sitting with you two and saying, who's going to say what? And like we're diagramming it on a sheet of paper or the napkin. And we really did in front of this. And by the way, that camera was like a monstrous TV camera. It wasn't just a little handheld one. But I'm really glad you really brought me back to that. We really did have to think on our toes. And even though you guys think you thought I knew what we were going into, I really didn't.
That's what he says.
I really
He
did.
was just as scared as you were, probably.
I just couldn't show it. So, but I'm really glad that you caught that, because that is an important life skill to think on your toes right there. You handled it gracefully.
We did, absolutely. So now I'd like to talk to you about my internship that I just finished a couple weeks ago. And I worked with Amy Albright, who is the, it's really long, Mission and Brand Enrichment Director at the YMCA. So she's kind of in charge of all of the programming and stuff like that, and the marketing aspects. So I'm not sure fully if I want to do marketing and communications or one or the other. So it was a great opportunity to work with her. So the first week we kind of started out with just going through, talking to each other so that we could get to know each other and build some trust, which was great. But we also then picked something that we thought I could help with. So we ended up deciding that we were going to try and create a promotion for Oshkosh North students and get the memberships up at the Y. So we talked a lot about what I thought would be a good promotion, but then I thought, we might want to do a survey to see what other kids want. So we went ahead and did a survey that we had over 100 kids take, and by the following week I had all of the results compiled in a Google Doc that we went through, and we really found a lot of patterns, and it was kind of what we were expecting to see, so it was cool because then we could start going into the next phase of the project. So then I started looking into what are other Ys doing, because if we can kind of talk to them or take a program that they're already doing that we know is successful, then that would be better than kind of reinventing the wheel. So every week I'd go in and we'd kind of start, oh, what did we get done last week, where are we at now, what did you get done over the week, and then what is our goal kind of for this week and what can I start working on. It was a really independent project. So then after I went through and I saw what other Ys were doing, I created what I thought would be a good promotion for the Oshkosh YMCA, then pitched it to her, and created media outlets, what would be good social media ads, and benefit statements that we could use for the promotion. So I pitched it to her, the idea of the buddy deal, and then she thought it was a wonderful idea, so we went in and talked to, the following week, Julie, who was in charge of all the finances of the Y, just to make sure that it was financially sound and the Y wasn't going to have a cost issue with it. So again, she thought it was a wonderful idea, so that got me really excited because now I got to talk to the lady who was in charge of creating all the flyers and stuff like that. So I sent her a nice email. I learned how to email with someone that is of a different company completely, actually, and what a professional email looks like and how to converse with them. We went back and forth, and I was really excited when I got our final product, which I can pass out so everybody can see. I know you guys have all seen it, but and lots of Oshkosh North students got these and were able to take advantage of this deal that runs through the summer, and it was really rewarding for me to see that all of my hard work had paid off. And had all come together in this promotion. So I think that this made me career ready because it gave me what a project looks like from start to finish. And I know that in the real workplace it's not always projects done from start to finish and there's a lot of hiccups, but it gave me a solid idea of what a project could look like. And I got to converse with many, many people, from the Y to the person who created these flyers and helped us kind of create the actual visual for everybody to see. And then I got to come back to North and talk to communities and talk to other classes about this deal and how it could better their summer, actually. I also learned a lot about how to research different Ys, which will definitely help me in whatever career I decide to go into. And as I said before, it was a pretty independent project. Amy was a really good guide, and I could check in with her and she could give me a lot of different ideas and make sure that we were on the right track, but it was a lot of responsibility, and I know that I'm ready now to take that responsibility on in any job that I want to pursue. Does anybody have any questions about my YMCA internship?
Do you know, I realized the deadline was just a few days ago.
Yeah.
Do you have any progress? Do you know how many buddies?
I don't know as of yet how many buddies signed up, so that is still a mystery to me. But I'm contacting her this week to find out how well it did and everything, so that'll be exciting. Yeah. So, and this was like a trial, so they wanted to see if it worked and how many they could get to sign up, and then if it was successful, then in the future they can continue to do it and make it a bigger event. So that'll be really cool if it does go through.
Danielle, did they target Northwest too or just North?
Just North, because I was a North student, they wanted to keep it tamed for now, just keep it small,
See
and
how
then
it works.
if it worked, then they were going to expand it. So that was nice.
And did you have like what works? What in your mind would be considered working? Like how many did they want?
They really just wanted anything. Because this was completely new to them too. So that Amy and Julie were both just kind of like, if we could get 2 to sign up, if we could get 4 to sign up, if we could get all 50 to sign up, no matter what, it's an accomplishment because it's them seeing the Y and it's them coming into the Y. And then after the 3 months are over, they were going to meet with the buddies and then ask if they would like to further the membership and like what would that look like for them, so that they could kind of retain the members as well. So that was a good benefit for them as well.
Danielle, I'm interested in your presentation to communities and to the other classes. What was the vibe that you have? Because you're throwing out an opportunity, you're throwing out the lead wrap. What was the vibe that you have, and how did you deal with the positive or negative vibe that you received from classmates?
Communities 1 and 2 were completely different, I felt like. Communities 2, especially seniors, were really adaptive to it, I think because they were also an internship, so they wanted to like help me in my internship, which was really nice. I think that a lot of people wanted like the buddy deal to be open to just anyone, where it was really like just Oshkosh North students. So they couldn't sign up with mom or dad, or they couldn't sign up with a cousin or something if they didn't go to North. So I think that there's still like kinks in the system that some people wanted like those barriers removed. And we had talked about that, Amy, Julie, and I, but we hadn't really we had decided just to keep it small for this one. As for Communities 1, I thought that they were pretty receptive to it, but it wasn't gung-ho, like I'm going to go sign up immediately. But I mean, all of them got a flyer, and I think like after looking it over, a couple of them had said like, oh, that's a really cool thing, like I definitely want to do that. So, and just people that I saw in the hallways and other classes that I talked to about it, they seemed really excited about it too, so that was nice. So now, I would like to talk about take it back to sophomore year again. And we had an event called the Veterans Event, where we were asked to pick a war veteran from our family if we could, but if not, we were going to be paired up with someone from our community that wanted to be interviewed about their war stories from World War II, Vietnam, or Korean War. So my family's from out east, so we didn't really have anybody around here that I could interview. So I luckily got paired up with Mr. Ralph Reichenberger, who was a World War II veteran. And little did I know that this short 90-minute interview was going to literally change my life. So before we went into the interview, we did a lot of research so that we knew what we were walking into. We knew about the war. We weren't caught off guard, or we knew where the stories were taking place and stuff like that. Also, so we didn't sound stupid. We didn't ask a questions like that wasn't even in my era. So I felt really prepared going into the interview. Mr. Reichenberger and I really bonded over music. He had joined the war, or joined the 32nd Infantry Division in Oshkosh, and I've been playing music instruments since I was about 6 years old. So we really had a strong bond through that, and we had, it was at his house, and it really didn't take long for his stories to just start pouring out. We had an awesome time, and we were laughing the whole time I was there. So before I left, he told me, just wait here for a second, and he went into his basement, and he brought up this 1938 wooden clarinet, and this clarinet is the exact clarinet that he brought over to the Philippines and played in the band. And my heart just dropped. I can't put into words what it's like to receive such an amazing gift from someone who has had so many experiences with that item. And I was just amazed that he would want me to have such a prized possession of his. So that was wonderful. I think that this better prepared me for life because it really helped me realize how two generations can come together and have such an impact on each other. Like I said, we laughed the whole entire time we were there. I was learning, and he was getting to share these stories that had impacted him and created who he was. And it showed me how much wisdom is truly gained in a lifetime. I also learned the power of listening to others. We videotaped these interviews, and then at the Veterans event at the museum that's in Oshkosh, we were the pre-grand opening, and we presented the DVDs to the families at that event. 2 weeks after the event, I got a call saying that Mr. Reichenberger had passed away. And it was really hard because I was so excited to continue that relationship with him and continue to go over and play cribbage, because he really liked to play cribbage. And so I really was looking forward to creating a stronger bond with him and continuing that friendship. And then he was just gone. But I went to the funeral, and the family recognized me from the Veterans event, and they came up to me, and they looked at me in the eye, and they said, "You have no idea what that interview meant to him. You made his day, his week, his month, and quite frankly, his year. You, changed our family's life, and, we can't thank you enough for sharing, and keeping those stories, because if you had done it any later, we wouldn't have had these stories forever." And that was just truly powerful for me to realize how much listening, made his day. And it also changed his family's life because now they have that forever. So, communities has been a truly powerful experience for me. It's, like I said, it completely changed my world. I was going to become a teacher, and I was set on that since age 4. I joined communities, and now I'm going for a communications major. Communities definitely better prepared me in every way, shape, and form for college, life, career, and anything that gets thrown at me in my future. One of the hardest parts about graduating this year is going to be leaving this program behind, because it has been my life for the past 3 years. 4 years ago, it's hard to believe that this is just a dream. And Mrs. Dumke was just trying to get teachers to follow her lead, and Mr. Lee was sitting in the classroom I can't teach like this forever. And Mr. Shinkton's crazy at Merrill, and then they all come together, and this amazing program comes together. And these projects were once a dream, and now they're a reality, and people benefit every single day from projects that all of us have put together, communities 1 and 2. It's definitely going to be really weird not coming into these classrooms next year and doing projects like Care Days and everything else that we were a part of. There's more pictures of everything from sophomore year on. This is everything, not even enough. So I'd like to thank the teachers for taking a risk, because I know that we have failed forward. We have all stretched ourselves in the past couple years. We have run, fall, crash, burn. Oh, that went really well. Oh, that was awful. But in the end, it's been really worth it. Changing lives never, ever, ever gets old, and that is what we do here in communities every single day, and that is truly powerful. I'd also like to thank both my parents for supporting me in every way, shape, and form, and supporting this program up and down, and always being a rock when I came home. and needed someone to talk to or anything, but came to so many events, can't even say thank you enough. So thank you for all of you listening to me today. It was a pleasure to be in front of you, defending why I'm college career. Thank you.
All right.
Anybody have any
Well, that's
other questions?
Well, you guys have some thoughts that you want to share with Danielle? Why did you go there? Thanks a lot.
I think one thing that I'm thinking about is because you realize the importance of listening and how much you took from project-based learning, I have no doubts that you're going to continue that work in college. There are a plethora of activities and things that you can involve in and continue that life-changing work. So even though you feel like you're leaving this behind, and what am I going to do without it, I have a feeling you're going to reach out and you're going to find those. Maybe not exactly the same, but there are opportunities in college, and you seem like the type of person that truly you feel the importance of connecting with people and with the community, and you will become a part of that Green Bay community just as much as you have become a part of the, or are a part of the Oshkosh community.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you did.
Other thoughts?
I thought that you spoke really well, and that you're able to transition your speech and everything, your defense or whatever it's called, like very well. And I liked how you were able to like branch off and like talk about how stuff is super important to you. And I like that you chose things that are like really focused on like how you have been impacted by it, rather than like how communities as a whole has been impacted by it. Thank you.
I don't know. I just want to say, juniors probably don't feel it yet, but I definitely hear some feeling like you're leaving communities. It sucks, but yeah. I didn't even cry during my speech, but yeah, I definitely can't speak.
Did you get the clarinet to work?
They said that it's kind of, because it's like really old, that they don't want to take a chance of like doing it, actually fixing it. He wanted me to play it, but clarinet's not one of my main instruments, and I don't want to take a chance of trying to fix it and then it not being able to like play. And like I feel like right now it's just so like him, and if I like change it to be able to play it, then it's not going to be as him. It's not going to be the artifact that he gave me. So I haven't, but we'll see.
You have to find a special person too that
Yeah.
knows how to
Yeah.
fix them.
I didn't know
There's
if
a
you'd
lot
be
of
able to
places
fix
that
it,
won't
to
touch
touch
it
it,
because
yeah.
we haven't found the right person yet.
Well,
And
I
it's
would,
just enough, just like that anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I would say that when we got together, you know, giving kids a chance to be knowledgeable and passionate about something, we took that opportunity. You guys backed us.
Yep, thank you.
You know, the emotion that you feel in here
Attention please,
makes it all worth
the
it.
North FF
And I just
will
gotta
be
say
12
that,
units at Louisville
especially with
this
a few of you
Thursday
in
at 4
here,
p.m.
you've kept us in
Bring
check.
$4.
You've been
Even
honest
if
with
it's
us.
up to
This
sign up.
presentation was great, but I just
The
always
North
appreciated
FFA will be the
your
12
ideas,
units
your
at
reflections, what
Louisville
works,
this
what
Thursday
doesn't
at
work.
4 p.m.
You standing
Bring
by us the whole
$4.
time. It's
Stevens
awesome.
Press to
And that
sign
goes for
up.
everybody in here.
This
It
week
was
only at
awesome.
North Outfitters, all
It's
clothes
the
will be
hardest
20%
job I've
off,
ever had
and
done
all
in
food
3
will be
years.
buy one, get
Most
one
work
free.
I've ever done.
This
But
week
it's
only
so
at North
rewarding.
Outfitters,
It's sickening
all
how
clothing will be
rewarding it
20%
is.
off,
So,
and all food will be
so
buy one,
thanks.
get one free.
Thanks for a great presentation.
Attention all team club members,
Coming and listening.
our
Thanks,
final
Susan.
celebration and awards will be this